I'm allergic to Nintendo. I don't know if you knew that. So, my last stream was good. We had one major bug that happened to us around the 6 hour mark. And then something really bad happened to my stream around the 7 hour mark at the 6 hours and 50 minutes exactly. Because I skimmed through and I watched certain parts. And then the audio, just the game audio, was delayed for 10 seconds. 10 seconds, eh? 10 seconds. So, I wasn't really doing much. I was just going... Because Metroid Prime 1 is just a collecting game. There's not really epic stuff that happens. I didn't really do anything really epic. It was just collecting a bunch of stuff, so it really doesn't matter. But it's going to be kind of hard to watch because my voice is fine. The game audio is completely out of sync. And then you kind of hear how the game audio just breaks after I scanned that Metroid for the second time because I died. I got stun locked by enemies in the corner using the blinding vision, the thermovisor, which I think it's worse in this game. I'll actually double check on stream after, and we're going to compare which one is worse, this thermovisor or the other thermovisor. Because if this thermovisor is worse, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of a remastered. Again, I don't know if I want to eliminate my 10 out of 10 rating from this game, because that door glitch really, really just wanted me... Like, a 10 out of 10 to me is a good game. You know, it's not a perfect game, but it's a good game. And if a game-breaking bug like that happens, you're at risk of losing your 10 out of 10. So... And this game doesn't really have a blocking system or an evade. It has an evade system. Only when you lock on, though. I actually... I looked back at my stream and I was trying to figure out what caused the audio to desync. And I don't... It was running perfectly fine. So I don't understand what happened. I really don't, because I was BRB for an hour and a half. 1 hour and a half I was BRB for. So you would think maybe the audio would desync there. But it didn't. And I kept playing for another 2 hours, and then the audio decided to desync. Is it because I died? But then, wouldn't the audio desync right there? It's just... I continued playing for another half an hour, and I got to a certain point where I scanned an enemy, and then my audio desynced really badly. It was like a 10-second audio delay. It was really bad. That's out of my control. And it doesn't surprise me, because every time it's only on Nintendo Switch. Every time I stream Nintendo Switch, I think that because the hardware is so inferior, I'm going to use the word inferior because it's inferior software with garbage policies backed up behind it, right? I have a full playthrough of this already on normal mode. I don't even do part 2. If you want to go watch that, you can watch that. Okay? Because I'm not replaying that again, okay? I don't really care. It's not really my fault, if I'm being honest, because the desyncing only happens when I play a Switch. It happened when I did this playthrough. It happened when I did this playthrough. I don't know if it happened any other time, but maybe it happened here and it happened here. I'm not sure. I don't know if it happened here. I don't know. I don't think it did, because I would have known. I know it happened here for sure, and I know it happened here for sure, because I have footage for that, where the audio is delayed. And it's random, so I have to pay attention to my sound effects now that I'm listening to. Remember, I'm listening to the Nintendo audio source, not my computer. You know, it's so fucking annoying how the Switch You have downgraded specs. Your audio desyncs. It's horrible policies. I hate it. I fucking hate... I also had a problem with PlayStation, too. I hated PlayStation for that as well. Xbox is the only console where that doesn't really happen. And obviously PC. Kind of annoying. Oh yeah, and my buttons are switched around. A and B are totally different. A and B, Y and X are Y and X are switched around, and A and B is switched around. So you see how much of the confusion that is already. So B is in the bottom where A was supposed to be. I don't know if you could see it. You probably can't see it. So I was gonna say I'm gonna take a look at the extras after I beat the game, hopefully. I already beat the game on hard mode on the GameCube a long time ago. Right. I think I did the same thing for Metroid Prime 2 as well, which I thought that game was much harder. So the goal is to go for 100% completion. I think I am going to go for 100% completion because I think the artifact counts as part of the completion, but I'm not sure. We'll see, because the last energy tank is after the Phazon Ultra Elite Pirate, which is Talon Overworld. I was playing some SSX the other day. I kind of hurt my hand playing that game a little bit. It's kind of annoying. Now, I hope there's no audio delay. No, I could be wrong. I think that's the problem with these consoles. These consoles are underperforming and they're delayed. They need to update with the current times. I think that's the problem. These consoles are just so delayed and they're behind the times. It's like we're playing games in 1984 again. While PC is all the way up to year 3000. Like that's just a massive difference between PC gaming versus fucking console gaming. There's just like a massive jump in quality and difference. So we have 90% logbook entries and 92% item collection. There's still a whole section to do anyway. I think I've done all the upgrades in here. I think I've done all the upgrades, unless there is a missile expansion I missed in one of these shafts. I don't think there is, but maybe I'm getting confused with Phazon, the underground of Phazon mines. Now we're going to go back to Phazon mines and get the flamethrower, which is pretty much the most useless upgrade in the game. So we have all the energy tanks but one. I need to go to Phazon mines. Need to go to Phazon mines. In order to go to Phazon mines, we gotta go... We can just go back through all of this again to get to here. Because I want to go to the very entrance of Phase and Mines. Or we can take a shortcut to get there through Chozo Ruins. I'm probably just gonna take the shortcut if I'm being honest. I don't feel like going through the underwater sections. Got 8 bombs. I think those are all the bombs in the game is 8. Could be wrong though. I know there's 250 missile expansions. In Metroid Prime 2 there was 255 missile expansions. Yeah, last stream was a bit of a long stream. 11 hours and 51 minutes. Almost breaking the YouTube barrier. Yeah, there's also another suit to get. You know, I think I've done the most beautiful parts of the game already. Oh, my camera broke. It takes 2 buttons to activate your beam. Not expecting a remaster of this game. I think nobody was, really. I don't know where to go. To Talon World East. So, okay, so this is... Can I just see? This is south. So maybe that elevator goes here and one of the elevators go here. It's really kind of hard to tell from there where they might go. I think maybe it's this way. I don't know. Okay, it is this way. Okay. Took the right lift. Radiation detected. Alright, now we're going to the hard parts of the game. On hard mode, which is even harder. As long as I don't mess up the beam swaps, I think I'm good. You know what? When you give a game a 10 out of 10, you got to think about all the possible situations. When you're locking onto targets, I guess you could just lock on and unlock on. But it would be nice to target swap enemy types as well. It's all in the gameplay at the end of the day. I'm playing a video game, not watching a movie. But now I'm becoming a little bit harsh with the critiques now. Because the gameplay has already been improved. You could move and shoot at the same time. You know, that's always amazing. Before you really couldn't. What? Somebody's here. Who's here? Somebody's shooting at me. Have much more health. Even this can be blinding your vision too. This charge beam thing. Flamethrower. Yeah, the flamethrower is definitely destroys your missile ammo. That's for sure. This one's kind of cheap. Because you're just stun locking him. You're stun locking him right now. So maybe not a really good design choice. You think about it? Like, I get it when it comes to the lore and everything. I'm not a fan of it. I feel like if they have white armor, then they shouldn't be frozen. I feel like it only froze them if I use the super missile. That I understand. But I feel like I shouldn't be able to freeze them if I'm just charging the beam. I feel like that's a little bit cheap. That's the game. That's the game. That's the way they chose to make the game. Kinda sucks that the enemies could do the same thing to you as well when they trap you into a corner. Already defeated this guy. We defeated this guy while our audio was delayed. Okay, so where is the... There are turrets somewhere here. There's nothing on the radar. I think we're good. Now, since we are playing on hard mode, I don't want to take massive damage here. We still took massive damage, so whatever. Okay, this is just Metroids. We're gonna attract all of them. Like all of them. Oh, we're getting our balls sucked. It's not good. Gotta go that way. For the finale. I think there's 4 final bosses this playthrough I gotta fight. So, comes to miss, I think we gotta fight another elite pirate. Stun lock him. Like, so the electric guys, you're already stun locking them. And then the elite ones, you just ultra stun lock them. The only ones you can't stun lock are... for whatever reason, the other guy doesn't notice. These guys are the worst, then. These guys don't get stun locked. That's it, run, yeah. I said there's the music's still going, no, okay. I don't know if you can actually fight these guys if you want to. I don't think you can.
Defeat enemies to unlock doors.
Mistake. That bitch slapped me.
Doors unlocked.
Malfunction, huh? So now they're bullet sponges, then you could say. It's gonna be the last safe station for a while. More saving from here, this point out. A lot of phase on everywhere. Going down to level 3. The phase on mines. Now there is... We're gonna get this one, because it's like right here. There's some hunters after us now. That guy. Something here. I think there was something in the next area. Popcorn machine. Now to get this upgrade you need the phase-on suit, and I'm not going to risk it. Getting that on hard mode is something else. You can actually see in the GameCube version, you couldn't see anything in here, like anything at all. There's something here if I can get. There's nowhere to go. We're in at the last missile expansion, the last area. 187%. Well, duh, it's radiation. Done.
Recording to logbook.
Helix. Elite pirates. I wonder how they convert them to elite pirates. We have all the missile expansions. Let's see. So 97%. So maybe the artifact does count as the item, maybe, because there's a phase-on suit, and then there's the energy tank after the battle. Arguably, probably one of the hardest bosses in the game. I would say. I would say probably this is the hardest boss in the game. Because Metroid Prime is not really too hard. He's just more endurance more than anything. And then the same thing with the Meta Ridley could be pretty hard if you don't know how to dodge. But with improved controls, you know, I think this guy's probably the hardest guy in the game. It's not because he's hard, it's because he summons these guys. The reason why he's hard is because he summons all of these guys. And these guys do major damage, especially on hard mode. Oh, it's hard mode.
Recording to logbook.
Creature. The Omega Pirate, the most powerful of the elite forces. So there was a second elite pirate here. I wonder where he went. Maybe he's Metroid Prime. Yeah, when he's cloaked. See, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this battle. Because when he's cloaked, I'm going to use the Ice Beam Super Missile to take a huge chunk of his health. That's the strongest weaponry in the game. The problem is I'm afraid that the other guys are going to eat my shields. On easy mode, you could do that. On hard mode, I don't think you could do that. I feel like I want to power bomb the guys. I don't know. I'm probably going to die. I'm probably going to die here. I'm probably going to die during this battle. Probably a few times. Now we're going to go back and save. So I don't have to kill this enemy, unlock the door, scan the guy again. Oh no. Area's full of Metroids now, huh? Said you wanted to go back and save? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna turn the lights off on you. I actually don't even know if there's a very hard mode in this game. I'm not sure, actually. You would think there would be, but I don't think there is. This day and age, there'd probably be a very... for a remastered version of this game, you know, if you wanted to make a game if you wanted to make this very hard, you would take away your radar, you would take away the ability to see your map, and you would cut your energy tanks in half. So you can only get half of the amount of the energy tanks. Oh yeah, and no healing items, and no weaponry drop. Well, okay, maybe weaponry drops, but no healing items, because the game could probably break and then you get stuck somewhere. So yeah, and maybe half of the amount of missile expansions, maybe 150 instead of 250, right? I think that would be a very hard mode. I think a lot of people can agree with that as a very hard mode for the game. Yeah. I'm gonna fight this guy. You know, when I was a kid, because on the GameCube version there was only one difficulty, and that was normal mode. And normal mode is pretty easy compared to hard mode. I feel like on hard mode everything's like difficulty spikes, where the rest of the game is super easy, and then certain parts are super hard. So there's like no difficulty balancing. Metroid Prime 2 is way harder when it comes to its difficulty, though. Then we even have that. Music's good too. Try to slap me. I'm afraid of this phase. I have to be careful now. Okay, I want to see how stupid they are. They are pretty stupid, okay. Okay, never mind then. Okay, they're not stupid. Stop shooting me. Stop shooting me. Show yourself. feel like you just get bamboozled. He's fucking absorbing my shots. This guy, bro. There's a guy over here. Now I'm Dark Selmas. That guy is hard. But I guess if you just jump around like this, I guess those pirates, they just can't shoot you. That is actually kind of an... I don't know why. You would think they would just keep on shooting you, right? I was just concerned about the pirates. The other guys. That would just destroy my fucking health. I mean, they kind of did destroy my health. But... okay, looks like the artifact is the last thing. We're gonna unlock this door. Go back. I wonder if I can scan the phase on now since I have the phase on. No, I can't. Okay, so, I mean, I beat him first try, so... Oh, no. No, no, no. These guys are here. These guys only existed in the original game in the final level. Yeah, you don't mess around with these guys. Get away from me, please. You're gonna get a power bomb. I'm guessing they're full of them here. Yep. Look at that. Now they just merged into two. They don't die, they fucking multiply. The last artifact. It doesn't say 100%. I think the reason why it doesn't say 100% completion, because I've already beaten the game once before. Which way do I go? Full of Metroid Primes. Being attacked by hunters now. Hunters are killing me. Where do I go? Oh. I don't want to fight you. How'd you die? You're telling me that the Phazon just kills you? If you touch it? I guess so. I guess the Metroids are allergic to Phazon. Very interesting. How are they allergic to their own thing that they are made out of? Don't shoot me, fucking asshole. Where is that guy? He's all the way over there. There he is, he's right there, he's right there. I just want to switch guns. back crater from here. I think this goes to Magmore Caverns. Hunter's favorite theme song, I think. See where to go. I want to take the shortcut back up. I think we still go back to Magmore though, unless there's a... This one goes from here. Because we're just gonna go back to Magmore anyway. So there's no point of entering Pandorana. It's gonna go straight all the way till Tallinn from here. Alright, now we're on our way back to our ship. We have all the upgrades, everything. Now we can go fight the Meta Ridley. See if the audio's in sync. We're good. Sucks that I have to check that now. There we go, the Meta Ridley battle. I think this Hunter's favorite battle. Last time I ever touched this game. I hope Metroid Prime 4 will be a special gem as well. I hope Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime 3, at least we get HD ports of those, or remasters of those. Because this game pretty much set the standard for what a remastered should be. Even though we did encounter a few bugs along the way. We are here. I potentially, possibly beat the hardest boss in the game, but there's still 3 more to go. Actually, yeah, you could say 2 more to go. Technically 3 because it's 2, but yeah. Let's go. He's not going to let us go in through. He's going to say, screw you, Salmas. I want to take all the artifacts back. He wants revenge. So this guy, if you don't know how to dodge, he's pretty much gonna kill you. Since I'm playing on hard mode, he's probably gonna eat me alive. Gonna use the one beam for now. I want to dodge his missiles. I don't want to get hit by his missiles. hit me. He just lasers you now, huh, doesn't he, huh? His tail hit me. Now comes his really hard part. Very hard part of the battle. Bitch slapped me. on the motion controller, it's a bit easier to hit his weak points. Probably can hit him with a super missile. Okay. Alrighty then. There he goes with the ramming. Can hit him right there. Right. Hit him when he does that ram. And just skip him. Hit me with the... Didn't even register. I fucking hit his mouth. Like he only has a little bit of health left. I want to hit his weak points so badly. Imagine you have to fight all of these guys, all these ghosts after that. At least they know that I'm their friend now. See, we don't waste too much. We do have a missile recharge coming. Impact crater. The last level. Time to fight Metroid Prime. A wall.
Recording to logbook.
We're inside of the coronavirus caves. Yeah, this is actually even stronger than your phase on. You actually die from here. This is if you have Taco Bell and you saw someone said online this is like Taco Bell and you throw up when you have Taco Bell. That's what this place is like. Now you have these guys. Let's not explore this area too much, because these guys are around. I want to stay away from those. Climb on these teeth. Oh, he got me. I don't want to fight any of them in there, because they don't die, they multiply. Scary face. You know, this one, he doesn't look like a face. Kind of he does, the two eyes in the mouth. On the GameCube version, he was your face. There you go. It's the final boss. Now we're just gonna go down to the next levels. The gigantic jumps and sub-levels.
His armor is just impenetrable. Oh, nope, he's grabbing me. Get away. Grabbing me again. Haven't done this one yet.
Like, he decides to fucking charge. Sound effects broke there. And that's it. How many floors did we just go down? All of these rooms. Sub chamber 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonder if there's an audio delay. Metroid Prime. Yeah, he's invulnerable to all your attacks. Till he sweats. He's relatively an easy boss until he calls his friends. He doesn't call his friends though. Can I not go back? Wasn't able to go back to my morph ball for whatever reason. Okay, yeah, it doesn't let me go back. What the fuck? Why? I think I know why. Because he's so damn big that I can't. Doesn't allow me to go back, which is kind of annoying, actually.
collision. Getting impacted by his collision. He has a lot of health, that's for sure. Looks more menacing in this visor. What's he doing now? Okay. I don't know. I don't really like this battle too much. It does the same thing over and over again. I think when it comes to Nintendo games, they usually make the boss battles the easiest of them all. That's why I wanted to play it on hard mode. At least he has like a much bigger health bar. So. On normal mode, you already be done already. Like, long time ago. vertigo. That's what it feels when I have vertigo. It's a big brain. It wants your suit. Collapse imminent. Evacuate immediately. There's the Hunter-class ship. At least we have our underwater armor.
The Chozo's faith in Samus has been well rewarded, and now a new star shines in the universe. The bounty hunter, Samus Aran. What future and fate await her?
Sounds like Mike. I don't know why. Hey, wait, was she this ugly before, or no? I don't want to disrespect, you know? I don't think in the original game she was that ugly. We're gonna compare and see the differences. Cannot skip the credits. You know, for a remastered version, you should be able to fast forward the credits, you know? So we can still see it, but just fast forward it. The option to fast forward the credits. I feel like this is a very, very old way of doing credits, you know? Maybe Metroid Prime 4 can elaborate on the way it presents its final credits, maybe in some sort of creative way, you know? For its time, I understand. But for a remastered version of the game, you want everything to be better. Better than better. You know, if you know, we have remastered graphics, which is great. We have improved controls, 3 different controller types to play from. You can even do button swaps, not really button programming, but you can do kind of that. You can swap things around. I feel like since you have the narration there, like a guy that reads stuff for you, maybe you should have had that for all the files in the game. Translate them all into audio files. When it comes to its collectible system, it's not too bad on knowing where to go. You just gotta pay attention to your ears, because there's like audio cues. If you don't have ears, I'm sorry. I think something to do with an accessibility for people who don't have hearing is maybe do some sort of pulsating, some sort of, but then that would be kind of cheating. Just pulsating effects, maybe, like a little audio cues, not really audio cues, but visual cues. I don't know, maybe even unlock a map or something. Maybe a map. If you get a certain amount of scan data, you can unlock like a map to reveal all the power-up locations. So many different options on the table. Metroid Prime 3 had that with the satellite stations. That's how you know where all the pickups are. It appears white dots on the map for the... So... Metroid Prime 2, that would be awesome to have that. Because the Dark World can be confusing finding all the upgrades. But I've done it already, recently, on the GameCube version. Because I know the game in and out, because I played it when I was a child. Used to play it all the time, you know? Iron Galaxy Studios. The criticisms that I'm saying are really pretty good criticisms to have, you know, for your game. I'm still going to give it a 10 because I give the original one a 9 and you have improved upon it. So it gets a 10 out of 10 from me. So if you want that 11 out of 10, that little icing on the cake, then you would probably have that. Audio files, maybe some sort of map for the collectibles, stuff like that. Yeah, and maybe, I don't know what you could do with the gameplay though. I wish in Metroid Prime 4 there's a way to like deflect enemy attacks with the gameplay. Maybe have like a hard light shield and have it so you could block attacks for a certain amount of time so it's not cheap. And you can also parry time the attacks. And for each type of blast, there's a different parrying timing for each attack. So it's not always the same parry timing for each attack. It changes. I mean, you can have like a little umbrella thing. You could have a hexagon umbrella, since the Metroid Prime is all about hexagons. You could have a literal door, like an umbrella, as a shield, hexagon shield. For Metroid Prime 4 and just deflect all the enemy attacks in a certain fashion. You can also use your grapple beam to lasso the shield guys off the other one, maybe throw the shields back at them. I don't know, apparently you have time traveling abilities in Metroid Prime 4, so it's still in development, you know? I don't know if the development is done, all the game mechanics are done. You know, but if I was working on the next Metroid game, I'd make it super open world. I'd make it so it's not boring, so it's actually really cool. And I would have so much more gameplay, added elements to the game. Crazy. Well, that's what I would do if I was working on the game. Yeah, Nintendo GameCube and Wii versions. And the Remastered, I think, right? Isn't there a Remastered team? No, there's not. I think we're done. I think we saw the Remastered team. Iron Galaxy Studios. Hey, it's Salmus. Onward to Metroid Prime 4. To fight Toaster Man. There it is, ugly face, Metroid Prime, Salmus. New extras unlocked in the main menu. No very hard mode, unfortunately. That's probably all the code of the game. You know, people think that games are just made by themselves, right? But that's all the code possibly for the game in the background. Nowadays we have scripting and noding to make coding a little bit easier. But then at the end of the day, still coding. Still different coding languages mixed together to make something called a video game. Mathematics, images, music, sound, everything compiled together. I really like this soundtrack a lot. I think the music in this game is already a 10. The atmosphere is a 10. The graphics are 10. The gameplay, I guess it's kind of a 10, even though nowadays it doesn't really hold up. You still have an evade button while you lock on. So it's not too bad. I beat the game on hard mode. Enemies have much greater health. You take more damage. You take massively more, way more damage than normal mode, by a huge margin. We're good, and we explored the game. I explored the game, got 100%. I enjoyed my time, and I think all games should follow suit. But unfortunately, Nintendo has a different agenda nowadays. Instead of just making consumer-friendly products, you make user-friendly products. Consumer-friendly products. Because the suits said so. I just don't understand. Like, I'm gonna check out the menus, and after I'm going to compare her face to the original game and now from my old playthrough. And we're also going to check the thermo visor to see the differences, because the X-ray visor is fine. That is it. Oh yeah, secret cutscene. This is when you fry eggs in the worst possible way. It becomes like this. I'm guessing if you fry decomposed eggs that are expired, 5 years, you should never eat those. And they'll turn into dark Selmas and they'll come get you. Choosing and you'll finish a game? Yes, yes please. I will not be touching this game ever again. Did it one final time. This is Nintendo's bread and butter. These sort of games. This is a first-person shooter. Strategy, you could say, shooter. First-person strategy shooter. Exploration. On Nintendo. Unfortunately, that's it. There's no very hard mode. You know, that's my very hard mode. Would be cut the energy tanks in half, or maybe even just make one energy tank the whole way through. You know, maybe set like a custom difficulty, because The Last of Us Part 2 I think has a custom difficulty mode. I think, could be wrong, where it can make the game harder the way you want to. The expectations you want to. I don't know. That is it. I don't know why I started a casual play. Oh yeah, I was showing my friends. That's why. And I had the, I wanted to play this game again. Yeah, so you have point, wait, let's see. Okay, let's see how many controller types. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 controller types. Classic. I don't know what hybrid is. Combines the classic control scheme with motion controls for aiming. That sounds awful. Pointer. Able's motion controls for camera movement and aiming. Okay, so this is the trilogy version. This version is not too bad. DualShock. So this one's better, but problem is, I was finding out I had, in order to move and shoot while holding a charge beam, I had to play the game in a certain way, and I'm sure a lot of casual gamers are not going to like that sort of way. Classic is the old version, which kind of holds up on the old game. Metroid Prime 2 is where the classic version is kind of cock-a-doodle-doo. It kind of gets in the way. And I prefer the pointer version over the classic version. The hybrid version is probably because you have that brick controller, because you have the brick controller. It's much better this time around than the fucking Wii U version. And then DualShock is by far is the best controller in the game, because you can move with the right stick, aim with the left stick, and move and shoot at the same time. You know, maybe they can even do mouse and keyboard, because I think in Metroid Prime 4, you have mouse and keyboard, so you'll have 5 different controller types instead of 4, which 4 is a lot. And you also have button remappings as well. Button remappings, not full button remappings like PC, but you have button remappings, you know? See, this is why I said that emulators were better, because on an emulator, you could use whatever controller you want, and you can button map all the different buttons at the same time. That's the power of an emulator. Maybe Nintendo will follow suit with that. But nothing... This remastered version will be better than an emulator, because that's why Nintendo made this. They said, okay, there's a bunch of emulators out right now. Let's destroy the emulation by releasing a better version of the game that people cannot emulate, you know? Right? But here's the problem. Here's the problem in the future. Here's the problem with emulation. The reason why emulation exists is because people want to preserve their favorite games. Well, let's just say 20 years from now. Is this game still going to be available to play, the remastered version? That's what Nintendo's got to think about. You know? Obviously, the more consoles that come out, the harder it is to emulate. That's the whole reason why they're doing non-physical games and digital downloads, so they can control the console to where it's going to be extremely hard to emulate their products. That's why they're doing it. But also, the reason Nintendo's also got to think about, they think people are out to plagiarize them and steal their content, which is kind of hard to steal this game and claim that it's your own piece of work. You know, it's really, really hard to say that I could just take this and say it's my work. You know? It's kind of really hard to do that, if I'm being honest. You know, but like Nintendo's got to really think about, that's the reason why these people emulated your games, is because they just want to play them. That's all. That's one of the main reasons. You know? And by you doing a remastered version of your games, emulation will become kind of obsolete, but as long as you keep porting these games as the consoles get better, you have to keep on dumping porting them all. Like, same thing with Skyward Sword HD, right? On the Switch 2, were all the games from the Switch being ported to the Switch 2, and all the remastered versions from the previous consoles will be on the new console. If companies did that, then emulation would not exist. Although there would probably still be emulators, it probably wouldn't be as... like, people wouldn't waste their time with it, because the game's already played, you know? That's the reason why people emulate the games, because, first of all, you own it. If you lose the internet, you still have access to it. If you lose the internet, can you still have access to this game? That's why people hate consoles. They hate when companies do this DRM bullshit where they lock your games behind some sort of paywall, behind some sort of barrier, ultra amounts of barriers. I feel like these companies just they don't understand. I feel like they're not in the decision-making room. These conversations are not being brought up. There's just no fucking way. I don't believe it. I just don't. You even have a colorblind mode, maybe? You have so many options here. So many options. That's why I give it a 10 out of 10. I have a full ratings list on my website that all the games that I've played, either I finished them or not. I just played them. I rated them from a 0 to a 10. I never gave a game a 0. I gave games a 2. I gave games a 3. This one's a 10. You know? A 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Connect the controller, eh? 10 out of 10 experience. We're gonna check out the extras menu. Since this is the finale part of the stream, I think I unlocked all the concept arts. Because I beat the game. I didn't beat the game on casual mode. I beat the game on normal and hard modes. I think if you unlock all the... Get 100% of logbook scans, you unlock everything in the game. Which I did not do. Biology. Biology Remastered. World Remastered. And see, I think I'm missing some items. Because I didn't get all the logbook entries. Or maybe I have to beat the game on casual to get the full 100% completion. Yeah, I'm missing 2 items here. 32 out of 43. So this is all the concept art. Because people think games are so easy to make. You know? Especially when this game was made. In 2002. On the Nintendo GameCube. Yeah. Okay, so we don't have to compare. This is how she originally looked. Do you see the difference? I guess she was just eating too many donuts. She was eating Metroid donuts. This is all from the original game. I remember all of this stuff. And this is for sure logbook entry, stuff I'm missing. Let's see the remastered version. This is all new to me. Look at the quality and texture differences and the colors. Yeah, just I don't know if they're doing side-by-side comparisons from the original to the remastered work. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, they're doing side... Maybe they're doing... No. They're just doing front and back. No, it's probably not side-by-side. Because it's remastered. They're much better. This is giving me God of War vibes. You know, I still gotta complete God of War Ascension and God of War 3. I'm gonna play God of War 3 again. Those games are truly amazing too, you know? You know, if God of War wants a 10 out of 10, you know what God of War? You know what Santa Monica Studios needs to do? They need to do a remastered, God of War Remastered collection, where they remaster all the God of War games with ground-up graphics and improved gameplay and controls and everything into one package and sell it for $100 on Steam, on PlayStation. Bro, that is a 10 out of 10 right there. I play a lot of hack and slash games in my time, and God of War has to be the ones that I like the most when it comes to its gameplay. It's just so good. It has a block, it has a parry, and it has an evade. This one doesn't have a block, this one has an evade system. The pirate troopers. The Ridley. Metroid Prime. And then, okay. So I don't understand. She looks so beautiful here. Why does she look ugly as fuck in the cutscene? I don't understand. Maybe it was just the lighting was different. I don't know, man. It really just... I don't know. This is the original concept art. See, I have a bunch of concept art like this when I want to make the games that I want to make. It's all kind of like this. Well, not just some parts are like this. Yeah, there's just rough sketches. This is like all the rough sketches of all the... Is this the... Oh yeah, and Metroid Prime 1 with the... Because Dead Space in the first level, the Space Pirate Frigate and the Ishimura from Dead Space are very, very similar. Obviously, the Ishimura is way better. And I think the Ishimura from Dead Space 1 original was more creepier than the Dead Space remake. And the Dead Space remake was great and all, but I don't know. I feel like the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for the original game was much creepier. This is the Frigate, no? I don't know what this is, actually. It's a very rough sketch of something. That's probably the impact crater right there. Oh, I think this is the Frigate. Can you imagine an actual underwater world of Metroid? That would be pretty sick. Metroid Prime 4, maybe? Because the concept art really gives you more inspiration, more ideas, you know? The end? Question mark? World Remastered. This is all new to me. I kind of don't really have to compare it too much. I don't think I want to compare. I know that the thermal visor was a little bit different. Well, maybe I'll compare. Yeah, I saw those markings on the wall. We scanned them in Chozo Ruins. This is your 10 out of 10 game right here. It would be a dream also to have SSX remastered, you know? And even, just do Trials, dude. I know Trials is in the rough spot right now, but if you remaster all the Trials games, and you remaster, and then if you remaster, you gotta fix that piece of shit Trials Rising, too. You know, if you remaster all the Trials games, all the SSX games into one package, bro, it would be so amazing. Imagine SSX tricky with platinum medals, and diamond medals, and onyx medals. And we can have even higher difficulties of AI, or even online mode, or special modes where you can't restart. We just add a whole new level of difficulty to the games. You know, I don't understand what these developers are doing. I think the problem with SSX is because they said they lost the code. Just make the code again. Make the code again, make it exactly like the original, and just improve upon the graphics. I don't. You can even make it better. Maybe add more stages to the original game, you know? I mean, if I was a developer of SSX, if I owned the licenses of there and I owned the licenses, I would have done all of that stuff. I would have just, I would fix the games to make them better. So people don't have to suffer. They don't have to suffer playing garbage sequels to their favorite games. That looks like teeth. Deformed teeth. I think they did a good job with this level. I think this is... No, I wouldn't say that Halo got this idea from it, but maybe Halo got a little bit of inspiration from this. Is that it? I think there's more. Okay, that's... Gunship. Oh, you can rotate this. Can it talk? Like Resident Evil 4? You got figurines now. See, I think the problem was with modern games too. Even like, I'm going to bring up Halo Infinite because my friends got pissed off when I showed them the microtransaction garbage in that game. If this was Halo Infinite, you have to pay all of this shit for microtransactions. $100 a pack, $50 a pack, just to get some garbage in-game clothing that's fake. Yeah, I fucking hate that. You have to pay for blue and purple. Some greedy fucking people, dude. Greedy ass fucking artists. That they think they're so entitled, so you have to pay for their clothing in the game. I think, you know what would be even better? If they made it so there's like trades, you know what I mean? So people can, I could make my clothing and sell it. That guy can make his clothing, that guy can make his clothing. We can all make profit, real money off the game. Maybe that would have been, maybe start a market or something. Maybe some sort of merchant market. But it would be kind of stupid. Oh, what happened? Hello? Are we okay? Looks like my game broke. Nintendo ninjas hacked me. Even though I gave their game a 10 out of 10. They want a 50 out of 10. And they'll put a gun to your head to make sure that happens. Hopefully not, though. My console just got bricked for giving their game a 10 out of 10. This ball, you know what this ball looks like? Silex, you know, Toaster Man. You have to fight Toaster Man in the original game. I hope in Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime, Dark Salmus, and Toaster Man, you have to fight, and then they start fighting each other. That would be so badass. This is a class turret, huh? See that? It switches, huh? That's pretty cool. What's this guy doing? This is the queen. This is that thing. This is reminding me of Super Smash Bros. Melee when he got the figurines. This looks like the boss from Metroid Prime 2, Dark World. Maybe it's the same idea. This guy, random flamethrower boss. This is the second boss in the game. This boss was actually really cool because it usually utilizes your radar. If you didn't have the radar, that boss would actually be pretty hard. Yeah. Good use of the radar for this boss. Really nice. This is your armored beetle. This boss, the plant monster marijuana guy. Porcupine. Almost looks like Wowzer Bowser. There's your ghost. Big Mama. Rock Boss. They exist in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild now. This is the Mega Class turret. Your regular space pirate. Really cool, actually. Actual 3D models. We're actually looking at polished 3D models of the game. Those are all your wave beams. This guy's like, yeah! We're gonna take out Metroid Prime, take out Salmus. You know what? I don't know which. I think the yellow guys are the hardest guys in the game. Because you could stun lock the living shit out of the white ones. You can stun lock the purple ones. The red ones die pretty fast. These ones are probably the hardest enemies in the game. Because you can't stun lock them. Yep. So out of all the armor abilities, the yellow ones are the best one. And you have the Pirate Elites with the cannon on his back. These guys are not too hard, actually. No, they just... Yeah. They're not... Oh yeah, no, and this is the Omega Pirate. This is the Omega Pirate, yeah. So this guy is the hardest guy in the game. The reason why he's the hardest guy in the game because he calls his minions after you. He was the only boss that almost killed me in this game. And who's this? This guy has like a ninja sword. Oh, this guy's the... These guys killed me. These guys are the ones who killed me. They stun locked me into a corner and they ninja fucked my ass in the corner. These guys are the ones with cloak. And you have to use that stupid thermal visor that blinds the living crap out of you. You got trapped in the corner and these guys ninja'd my ass. And we have the jetpack guys. These guys are pretty fun to fight too. They're actually really cool. Then you have the underwater guys. These guys are super easy. They're fun to fight, but they're not hard because everything's in slow motion. You can't move. It's underwater. It's cool that they have an aqua version of them. This guy is the hardest phase, or the second hardest phasing guy. This guy had the artifact inside of him. He ate it for breakfast. The artifact. And what is it? This guy hid one of the artifacts on the ledge, so Salmus cannot get. So you have to destroy the tower in order to get it. It was off the map. There's your Metroid. He's so big, he can't even fit inside the screen. There's your Metroids. Oh yeah. The Metroids got pissed off at me because I was criticizing their game last stream, so they fucked my audio. I think that's what happened. Because as soon as I scanned this guy the second time around, he's like, fuck this guy saying, I'm going to destroy his audio. And that's exactly what happened. These are the Hunter. So it's right there. Hunter Metroid. You can, yeah, you see it. Hunter Metroid. These guys, like, they grab you with a grappling beam and electrocute you. Metroid Prime. And there's the menacing Metroid Prime core. You know, a lot of people were saying in Metroid Prime 4, there was like this statue thing, and people are thinking that it's this guy. The statue thing of Metroid Prime 4. from the second demo. And I hope that is the case. I hope Metroid Prime does come back. But he's kind of dead, isn't he? Unless he's still alive. And the Dark Salmus was just a mutation form of him. Yeah. Yeah, he came from an asteroid from outer space. It's almost like the Flood, in a way. This is your Metroid's version of the Flood. This is the last gallery. That's the Ishimura. Do we have to play all of these? All the soundtracks are good. This is why it gets a 10 out of 10. How many games offer this stuff? This soundtrack is really good. It's really mysterious. Inside the ruins of the Chozo ruins. Her second boss battle. Great. Boss. The bosses are not too hard in this game. They're really easy. My favorite area in the entire game, Phandrana Drifts. They kind of changed this one, didn't they? No, maybe they didn't. I don't know. Wait, this is called Phandrana Battle? This is the, I think they made a mistake here. This soundtrack is in the depths of Phandrana. The Rock Monster. Oh, this is another good soundtrack. Confusing level if you don't know where to go. The underwater sections. It's probably my favorite soundtrack in the game. I don't know, if they make like an underwater level and they use this soundtrack for Metroid Prime 4 or something, that would be great. Phazon Mines. This soundtrack's also really nice. Heather Ridley. What you see is her face is totally different. She has like bulging eyeballs. Victory! Samus appears. That should be somebody's ringtone. Think we're good. I don't think that's code in the background either. It's just a bunch of random numbers, it looks like. Yep. It's the Matrix. I have completed my Metroid Prime experience for the finale time. I guess the next time you'll see me is if they ever do a Metroid Prime 2 and 3 HD port or remasters, and Metroid Prime 4. Unfortunately, I'm not entitled to buy a new Switch hardware, so I'm probably going to play it on this hardware. It's probably going to be a worser experience, maybe. But since the Metroid people are masters of their craft, I think they know how to dumb down the graphics to the point to keep it beautiful. Right? So, we shall see. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to compare the graphics. I think I'm done. Maybe the thermal visor was a little bit better in the original. We got no chatters this time around. Possibly the 0 viewer special, I'm not sure. I come here to play the game, baby. I feel bad for people who thought that Metroid Prime was a dude the entire time. It was a female the entire time. And always was a female. That is it. That is it for quite a while until Metroid Prime 4 or Metroid Prime 2 and 3 HD or remastered versions come out. You know what? It kind of doesn't make any sense because me and my friend were talking about this because before Pikmin 4 came out, they bundled 1 and 2 together as a little gift before 4 came out. And I truly enjoyed this game. I got all 30 parts. Beat the game in 15 days, half the amount of time. Then we did Pikmin 2, which was 2 parts. Pikmin 2 is a bit random when it comes to its difficulty, right? Certain parts are harder and certain parts are not. And what I liked about Pikmin 4 is they borrowed Pikmin 2's formula and made it better. Because that's why Pikmin 2 got a 9 out of 10 from me. Because even though it was the hardest Pikmin game, but you didn't have a time constraint. Pikmin 1, you had a time constraint. In Pikmin 3, you had a time constraint. The time constraint was really not that huge. Because I beat Pikmin 3, and I had like 70 juices left or whatever. So if you cannot beat the game, I guess you have 70 additional days and just to get 100% completion. And that was 100%, getting all the fruit and everything. And plus I did all the bonus missions and everything. And in Pikmin 4, I also 100%ed this game as well. I got all the things and everything. All of it. Yeah. I think the only thing that I didn't do was I didn't do gold medal or platinum medal on all the Dandori challenges. But those weren't really required. Those if people just want to go above and beyond. And it's the same thing with Pikmin 3. They had the same thing, which was mission mode. And then they had the same thing here. And they had the same thing here. You have challenge mode, you have challenge mode, you have mission mode, and then you have pretty much the same version of your mission mode. So all the Pikmin games had mission modes, every single one of them, when you complete the game. This one, you don't even have to complete the game. You just have to get the key to unlock mission mode. And there was a reason co-op play. There was co-op play here, and co-op play here. Yeah. But I don't know if there was actual co-op play. Maybe there is. I don't know how co-op play works in these games. I know for sure here there was split screen co-op. Yeah. Yep, and so far no Mario game. I think this is probably the best Mario game of all of Nintendo, is Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Sunshine definitely needs a remastered. Like an actual remastered, like Metroid Prime 1. But I think Nintendo, being Nintendo as it is, they're just going to do the same old emulation port, just make it a little bit better. What? Just make a remaster. The game is so old. We need a remastered. With updated controls, updated cameras, updated visuals. You know? And where the hell is Wind Waker HD and and Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD? I mean, we have Skyward Sword HD right here. Where the fuck is Twilight Princess HD? And, you know, Wind Waker HD. I mean, those are already ports. They're the easiest ones to put on the Switch. You know, I don't know why people cannot argue. You have an HD port of this game. Where the fuck is Twilight? Where the fuck is Wind Waker? You know? Instead, we're getting the original GameCube version, which makes no sense. When we already have an HD version. Like, I don't understand what's going on with Nintendo. I really don't. But they need to get their head in the game a little bit. You know, at least with the Switch 2, they're not really underperforming anymore. Right? They're actually kind of on par now with the other consoles. Right? But they're kind of not because, you know, well, it all depends. If you could do 4K 60 FPS on a dock, in handheld it's 1440p, 120 FPS, then I think they're on par and sometimes even better because I don't think even consoles support that level because the Xbox lied to me and I don't know about the PlayStation because my friend has a PlayStation 5 Pro and I have an Xbox Series X and yeah, and my gaming PC is superior. All three consoles combined, superior. Like you just cannot top a fucking gaming PC. You just cannot do it. It's just a gargantuous difference in everything. You just can't compare. You know, and I think in the future, consoles is like the easy route. Consoles are more for like, make a device so people cannot really hack or cheat it stuff type of deal when it comes to a PC. I still don't understand why people would want to cheat, you know? Especially in an online ranked multiplayer battle. Why would someone want to cheat? Well, duh. You know why? Because they suck. So they're gonna cheat. I don't understand. Like people even cheat at getting high scores for a old game. Why wouldn't I don't understand those type of people. I really don't. You know, like if you want to mod the game in a single player game and do whatever you want, you can do that if you'd like. Okay, that's fine. But when it comes to an online multiplayer game, as long as it's fair across the board. But here's the problem. There's certain multiplayer games nowadays that are just pay to win garbage, which is absolute nonsense. I just can't play them because they're shit. They're boring. I hate them. You know, I want games that are good. I want games that are good. And there's too much greed, too much microtransactions, all of this BS garbage. And modern gaming kind of sucks. Not all the games suck, but most of them are just slop. AI generated garbage. And that's just the unfortunate. And people are remaking the same games over and over again when they don't even need to be remade. We should be remaking games that actually matter. Not games that came out 2 years ago and making it a 4K HD port, an 8K port, or a 16K port, or a 32. It's just going to keep on happening. I think that's the last time I touched my Switch. Yep. So 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Yeah, the only games that I like. I think the last game I'm going to get is Metroid Prime 4. And that's a big maybe if I get 2 or 3. If they're... I know what they're going to do. Since they have the emulator, the GameCube Metroid Prime, and the... I don't know how you're going to put the Wii on there because it's just, you're only going to get 1 and 2. We already have Remastered of 1, so what's the point of playing the original one again? It doesn't make any sense if you think about it. So unless they put a Wii emulator on the Switch 2, that's the only way you're going to play Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Because it's not on the GameCube list. The only one you're going to get is Metroid Prime 2, which is the old classic controls, which in fairness, they're not very good compared to the dual stick or even the trilogy motion. So if that's what Nintendo's going to go for, then that's them. It's their console, it's their business. If they want to destroy it and burn it to the ground, that's on them. Okay? But I'm going to offer my criticism. You can brick my console if you like, but I'm still going to offer my fucking criticism. Okay? As a consumer, as someone who buys your products and have been supporting you since day one because I like your games, that's going to be my honest truth. I may not like the console too much. When it comes to the Switch console, the story's laggy as fuck. We have prehistoric technology, and you have nothing but hentai porn on your fucking store, Luigi content. And even if you make a child account, you could still see the Luigi content, but you won't be able to buy the Luigi content. It's hentai porn, animated porn. And we also have shuffleware garbage, AI-generated slop. It's crazy. I feel like when you make a game, you should put some sort of love and some sort of passion into the game. You know, something just makes it stand out, you know, from all the other games. Like, you want to make something that's good, you know, that has some sort of quality, you know, not just slop and garbage. And I think most of these companies just forgot that they don't put care into their games because they don't give a fuck. I think they just give a shit about stealing your money. And that's it. So you know what needs to die? There needs to be a dying breed here. We need to, like, make all these companies be bankrupt so real skill and real talent can come and take over and replace the trash that is out there. That's the only way. Stop buying from trashy developers and support developers that actually care about making a game for you as a player. And that's going to be my criticism. But hey, it's easier to shadow ban and block me than it is to face the criticism of a product. When I play the game, when I make my games, I want them to be good. Not everyone will like them, and that's fine. Everyone has their own genre of game. RPG, first-person shooter, strategy, whatever. Everyone has their games, but I like to try them all. I have almost 6,400 videos on this channel that I had for 20 years. I like to play games, baby. And that's what I do. I like to record them and play the games on my channel. And offer my criticisms and opinions on the games that I've played. But there's certain games that I've played. There's usually these butt-fuck communities in the games. Pardon my French-Canadian right now. But it really gets annoying because when I play a game, it's either a game is good or the game is shit. This time around, the game was good. You know? And I'm going to criticize the game. Like, if the game feels like I'm a stiff robot and I can't fucking move, your game's trash. If your game is fun and intuitive and I get to have movement and move around and have freedom and do what I want as a gamer, then that's a good game, not a trash-ass, bitch-quest, shit-infested game. Because some of these open-world games are so boring, I'm literally falling asleep while I'm playing them. Like, I can't even imagine... that's probably why I get the 0 viewer special on some of the other games, because if they're that boring to play, I can't imagine how boring it is to watch. I just can't imagine. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's real criticism 101. You know? It's like me releasing a game and having you do walking simulator and delivering packages all day long. No combat, no fighting, bitch quests, fucking all this garbage into the game. Who wants to play that? Like, who really wants to play that? You know? You know, these games right here that I have on this list is so good. Even Tears of the Kingdom is a new game. Even though people don't like it because it's the same version of Breath of the Wild, I get that. Right? It kind of doesn't make any sense because Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are kind of the same, but Tears of the Kingdom is so much better. You can go in the sky. You can go underground. You have magneto powers. You could build stuff in the game. You could be so creative. Like, I showed you all the things that I have in Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm only 80% completion of the game. Like, so many other things that the game starts to become boring because I already completed all the things that I wanted to do because I'm the one playing it, you know? I think Tears of the Kingdom, if it had like an RPG online component, I think that would be Nintendo's best game. Because all the kids would come home from school and join up together in these like lobbies of Tears of the Kingdom and do builds and create levels and do almost like Minecraft and Legend of Zelda combined, or like it's just the best type of experience you could have. I think if Nintendo wants to make some real money, they need to make a RPG Legend of Zelda game, mass MMO, mass multiplayer online. And that's your bread and butter right there, Nintendo. Or you could even do the same thing with Pikmin 5. Make it super open world. Even have a map editor. Where you can create your own custom levels. Almost like Super Mario Maker, but Pikmin Maker. Like, I don't understand why Nintendo's just, like, not doing this sort of thing. I hope they do it for the Switch, too. You know, I would be on board for that. Like, I wish more games took up that sort of creativity. You know, except we're just doing the same garbage over and over again. We're not being intuitive. We're not creating new ideas, new IPs, new gameplay ideas. Like, bro, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? We're hiring the wrong people for the wrong things. And I'm guessing, I guess there's so much talent out there on YouTube and everything. And the company should be hired. Like if I was in Nintendo, I would hire all the emulated people. Put them on my Nintendo team. I'm like, they're emulating all the games. Might as well hire them all. Right? Like, am I crazy to think? Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand. I really don't. I think games need to be a little bit better when it comes to its hiring. Because the hiring positions nowadays are so fucking dog shit. Like, we get these really high requirements and these BS garbage restriction barriers that actually make a real talent run away. Real skilled people run away. And we just get nothing but slop. I mean, it's happening all over the place now, isn't it? It's not just gaming, it's the whole world. I think people just need to actually just reverse, take a step back, and be like, hold up. We got to do something here. You know? Like, we're human beings. We're not perfect, but fuck. Goddamn, dude. I'm sorry. Jeez. It's really just like... It's just... What the fuck? That's going to be my finale rant. 10 out of 10 game, by the way. But fuck, dude. I'm just kind of tired of how the gaming industry is just gone to shit with this whole greed and garbage. And it's not just me that's saying it. There's popular YouTubers saying it as well. So I'm not the only one. So I come here to play some games and have some fun and record the memories while doing it. So you could see me getting frustrated, fucking sucking dick at the game, and doing all this other nonsense in the game. You could see it all on the live stream. And you get to see me play your favorite game. So that's going to be it for me. That was my rant. Whether you like it or not, you could give it a dislike. Oh, wait, the dislike button is removed. They're eventually going to remove the likes, the views. They're probably just going to shut down YouTube. That's crazy, dude. Imagine how YouTube would have been if you didn't have views. Like the views were hidden, the subscribers were hidden, the likes were hidden. Would they still have that much of an impact? Because I would still watch it. Because that doesn't matter to me. It's gibberish. You know? I come here to play the fucking game. Anything else is just an icing on the cake. It's just how it is, dude. I have videos back then that I have 1 million views, and they were one of the worst type of videos I've ever made. And somehow the algorithm says, I like shit. More shit, please. We need shitification. Well, that's it. That's it. That is it. That is it. I don't know what I want to play, dude. It's 5:22 p.m. Dude, I don't want to play SSX because my fucking hand hurts. Because I'm not fucking Iron Man anymore. I'm getting older. I need to take that fucking vitamin Z for my hands, you know? I'm missing that vitamin Z. Vitamin Z Master. I'm losing my fucking mind, if you didn't notice. I don't know, I'm probably gonna... I don't even know what to play. I have so many games that I have these hidden live streams. Like Splinter Cell and all these other games I need to finish. I feel like I want to do God of War. But... I don't know. I don't know.